Get a 60-day free trial from today's fantastic sponsor at shipstation.com/forge. Welcome back. This is episode 6 of trying to make our own KATAR. We've got a roughed-in blade, and in the last episode we were working on roughing in our little handle thing. The biggest stress was punching this hole, which as you can see is entirely imperfect, and in order to find out if it's going to work well enough, we need to do a good bit of grinding. Yes! Oh, I did not know if that was going to even fit in, let alone be somewhat, but not perfectly, square. Looking at it, the blade comes down, and as it stands, this handle assembly kinks off to this way, literally by like a degree or 2 or 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make reference of this bend, and then I'm going to grind our handle bolster area such that it's square to the blade, and then we will eventually bend and grind these handles to then be square in line with the bolster. I did say I was getting straight onto grinding the profile. I should have prefaced that by saying I first need to get down to true material. We've got to look at it, and we've got to have a feel for it, and now we've got to get it square.
How's she looking then?
Well, I've ground these sides all the way down here. Pretty good, up to 120 grit. We're currently rocking some fairly decent symmetry, 14.84, 14.65, so 0.2 of a millimeter out from perfect. And with straight lines going down here, I can now chuck a square. I can chuck a square up and square it up because it's not square.
What do you mean it's not square? You've been spending ages grinding it.
Well, I've only squared 2 sides. I can now square the remaining 4 sides. It's not quite square.
Right, I've got a question for you. You've got a 5 litre and a 3 litre bucket, and I need 4 litres. How are you going to do it?
Pour 4 litres into the 5 litre bucket. More scribes. But I think I'm going to take a break on grinding. The next step was to do the interior of this. I would like a little change of pace. And I think we might just be able to achieve that by having a look at the blade some more. So, what do you reckon, Jamie? You're in the office. He's over there. I'm talking to him, but he's not talking back. He's just staring at me. What do you reckon, Jamie? What do you reckon? Hello? Oh. What do you reckon? What do you reckon about chucking an etch on that blade to check it looks good, and then see if we can engrave some high carbon Damascus steel?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I've got some super glue and dicam remnants on there that I need to get off, and they are not coming off super easy. Now, I tried super glue remover, and it didn't work. So instead, I'm going to make some cyanide gas, because I hear it's really good for the immune system. Now, I absolutely love this side. That looks fantastic. Doesn't look quite as good on this side right here, so the good side is where we do the engraving. Before I start drawing on the design, I'm going to do a test cut with the graver. So I've got the offcut from the blade, and this is going to be the perfect test piece, as it is identical to the blade in its current state. If it doesn't cut, we might have to anneal the blade. If it does cut, we can have a really big party. Because this is high carbon steel, the only tool we're going to be able to use for sure is carbide, and this is a carbide graver. Oh my goodness, it cuts. Certainly not going to say it cuts smooth as butter. It feels fairly rigid, but it most definitely cuts. Tool looks in tip-top shape too. Test out undercutting it. I think this is gonna be just fine. What I'm gonna do now is present to you what platinum wire looks like. Will it stick or will it not? I think the wire is a bit on the thin side. Means it's not groovy, y'all. So I now know I definitely can't use this cutter. I either need to grind it down thinner or use a different cutter to be able to make a slot, because we've got way too much extra space either side of the wire. All right. Jamie, I think we've done it. What do you think?
Can't see it.
Yep. Not a lot of contrast between steel and platinum. So what do you reckon? We ditch the platinum and go for gold?
That's probably enough to do it all right.
Yep, that's probably enough gold. Gold it is. So it's the next morning and we're gonna now start sketching the design. As I said in the first episode, because it's the flower of India, we think it'd be a lovely motif to have on the blade, and that is the lotus flower.
Is this just going to be golden light and then background removal?
Steel.
Or steel? Is there a way, oh this would be super cool, if you can pull it off.
That sounds like fighting talk.
It does sound like fighting talk. Background removal here, right? And it fades out.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I think that would, one, look amazing, and two, be a very good challenge for you and something you hadn't done.
Yeah. That would be awesome. We should test it. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah. I have my finger pinched in this airline. Ow! Look what I just did to my finger.
Murderer.
So I went ahead and used a chisel to cut in down to the gold inlay. I then hammered it with a flat bottom punch and then stippled it with a sharp punch. And that's how we've attempted our fade.
With the acid, it definitely adds that sort of blend to it.
Yeah. We've got to get our whiteboard drawing onto this. Neatly, accurately, proportionally beautiful, all that fun stuff. It's going to be a piece of cake. I've just done the first cuts, making the outlines with a 120-degree graver, and I am shocked with how well that went for a year of not engraving. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go in and just true up some of the curves. For example, right here, it's just a little bit funky. It needs to be cleaned up, make it look a little bit more flowy. Then after that, we actually get to cutting the grooves. That's not good. It dove in too deep.
So how's this been going over here then?
Well, we are about up to here with the deep grooves. I just had to resharpen the tool. And it's actually going quite well. I was concerned this tool wasn't going to cut the angles, the curves super well and make them super wide, but it's actually been fine. So we're doing good. It's just a slow old process from here on out. So I just thought to myself, well, even though we did a full test piece earlier, maybe I should do another test. And I slipped the wire in the groove that we made, and the groove sure looks a lot wider than the wire. Is it gonna widen up into it? Maybe. Or maybe we're gonna need to order thicker wire and draw it down to the right thickness. So I'm kind of committed now, because we've already made the grooves, but we definitely have a problem. I don't want to order more wire if I don't need it. I just ordered half a meter of 1/2 mil gold wire. And then what we're gonna do, order 1/2 meter of 1 mil gold wire?
And a very expensive camera.
And an expensive camera. That's a little bit too much money for one day. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I just had to try and slot that joke in there.
Can you pack it in? I'm trying to film a very filmic and artistic video here.
Sorry, Jamie, for inlaying all these jokes into this day. This is comedy gold. So when I'm trying to make these points, I obviously can't do it with the graver straight up and down. So I kind of have to come in here at an angle and just push the metal out of the way. Right, I am thrilled to bits with how our first channels are looking. But check this out. You know, the other day I was talking about not having an 8-inch contact wheel. Well, look at what the guys over at the Alec Steele Co sent me. Christmas has come early. That goes on that. Look at that sexy beast. Thank you for sending that over, guys. It's gonna be so much use to all of you guys watching. If you need something in time for Christmas, order it in the next couple of days to make sure that your big orders like grinders get there. And you know how they're gonna get to you? It's with the help of today's sponsor, the web-based e-commerce shipping platform that is ShipStation. We use it every single day and it is essential. Let me tell you more about it. No matter what your website's built on, it syncs to it, importing all the orders that come in directly to the ShipStation platform. From there, using ShipStation's powerful automations, you can use command presets to turn shipping into a one-click operation, choosing between a myriad of different shipping carriers and your favorite and most popular box sizes too. When you use a 4x6 thermal label printer, they're inexpensive and save you so much time, but you can use a regular printer too. You slap your label on the parcel and you're good to go. What's best is, when you're a ShipStation member, you get access to the type of shipping rates that usually only Fortune 500 companies get, so you save money, your customer saves money, and you can save even more time because within the ShipStation platform, you can schedule a USPS pickup, so you never have to waste you or your employees' time going to the post office again to drop off boxes. No matter the size of your business, small or big, this holiday season is sure to be a busy one for you. See how much money and time you can save with a 60-day free trial by going to shipstation.com/forge. The link is down below, shipstation.com/forge. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.